Okay, cool.
Sweet. Wow, I might have to start podcasting like that.
Yeah, right?
That's fire.
That's pretty fire. Hello.
What up?
You want to introduce yourself or whatever kind of description you
Yeah, what up everyone? Philip Post, artist at Dertbag. We're in the Dertbag Atelier in Bridgeport, 1001 Main Street, inside the Arcade Mall on the second floor. Yeah, with Stephanie, chop it up, chilling.
This is like such a beautiful spot. The interior, the
Actual space?
Yeah, was that one of the first things you noticed when you came here?
Yeah, I mean, this spot's been, it's not for music. Yeah, the space has been, it's like a historic mall. I think it was one of the first concepts of a mall.
Really?
So it's been here for quite a while. It was opened up a couple years ago, and then it was like thriving. There was like a barbershop and like a bunch of clothing stores, and then it shut down, and then I guess right when like 2013, 2012, they like reopened it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You must feel inspired being here when you walk in every day.
For sure. It's really beautiful, and it's like no one really knows about it.
Yeah, and that color is just like pops.
Yeah, I love the color. I love the logo that they have, and I love the color of the actual, like the green and the cream.
So when you were here, you've been here for how many years?
7 now.
Have you seen this place transform since you brought a different type of vibrance to it?
For sure. I mean, it's there's been a couple different owners and a couple different people moving in and moving out, but yeah, I think it's really beautiful that more people are getting acknowledged, like having the space be acknowledged for what it is.
Yeah.
And like people not knowing what, like, that this space even exists, because it's like, it is really beautiful.
I would never come here.
That's what I'm saying, like the glass ceiling and like, I don't know, just the whole architecture of it is really crazy. Like they really had to plan all this out, because like in the summertime it's like a greenhouse effect.
Yeah.
Because like all the sun, and it just warms everything up.
Do you see yourself here for?
I want this space as long as I can.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, it's gonna be so cool when it's 10 years, if it gets to that point. But yeah, 10 years here would be so sick.
Yeah.
Be really, really cool.
Do you feel like you're outgrowing the space at any point, or?
I mean, I guess so. I guess that's why I opened up the New York shop. I felt like I was growing, and then the New York shop happened, and then it closed, and now I'm back here, and I'm not necessarily outgrown it. It's more about like maturing it, like making it more like a new chapter. So like making it more airy, and I just feel like I'm in a new chapter right now with the brand itself. Just like, yeah, with what I'm making, I'm just really proud of all the stuff I'm making right now, and I just kind of want to continue doing that, and like having it be filled with more of a cohesive collection of clothes for a closet.
How, you're obviously huge into color. If you can't see it back there, he's got all his colors. How has your relationship with color changed from when you started doing this until now?
I think so like palette proportion design are like the things that really can set up a brand or clothing apart, I guess. And to start off, like when I first started off, the main thing I've always wanted to do is like colors. Yeah, super important. So I've always been interested in like dyeing, like the dyed colors and like the washed out feel and all that stuff. Yeah, color is just like really, because like everyone can print on the same stuff and all that, but like what separates a brand is like that extra step of like making a color that's not available to the market, you know?
Yeah.
So like I'm very fortunate that people are willing to take the time. I don't know. I just really want to make more sand sweatpants. That's
sand sweatpants?
Yeah, that's what my thing is. Like sand and red, or like sand and blue. Just like the sweatpants, they have to be sand. I feel like that is like a revelation I've had, is like sand sweatpants are like the perfect color sweatpants.
Okay.
So there's like a bunch of different colors of sands that I want to figure out to do, or maybe I'll just do them all, and like, because there's so many different shades.
Where did that revelation come from? That just
Me wearing sand sweatpants with a red hoodie the other day.
Okay.
But
that sounds like really peaceful.
yeah, like it's really interesting between, so it's like sand and red is really cool together, and then like olive green and red I really like that military jacket. This one with like a red, the super red.
I see what you're saying. I really like the visual and the feeling I'm getting from thinking about a sand sweatpants and a red hoodie.
I know.
And I'm picturing like a maroon red hoodie.
That would be fire too. Yeah, I've been like really just trying to think of colors and colors that go together, and like green and yellow, but like what kind of green? Like there's just so many different kinds of greens you could go for, and like I don't know, possibilities are endless.
An extension of that, like you're obviously dressing the human body.
Mm-hmm.
So how has this morphed the way you think about the body and its relationship to clothes, and the way you just look at limbs and the way a cloth sits on a shoulder? Or...
Definitely, the most interesting revelation that's kind of happened with me is like trying to dress the bigger boys, like boys that are like XL and 2XLs, like figuring out the proportions for them. So that's kind of my next like project is figuring out the best proportions for a bigger dude, where it's not like super tight, but I just want everything to fit like it would fit me, you know.
Okay.
If I was a bigger dude.
I feel you.
Like figuring out the proportions. Like this is a new sample, and it like fits me perfect. But how do I translate this into like the perfect dimensions for a bigger dude?
So I saw you on one of your recent posts. You're saying you're really proud of the fits of this new collection.
Yeah, dude. Even like so one of the bigger dudes like wore one of the fits yesterday. I didn't have a 2X, but I had the XL, and he was like, the XL fit him, and like it looked good. But he was like, if I had the 2X, I know it'd be perfect. So it's like that's the kind of stuff that I like really care about. Is like it's gonna be the new norm. Like a lot of like people are really used to like the standardized like sizes, like small through 2XL, and I kind of want to like change that in my own world. So like asking the bigger dudes like, do you want to wear an XL or do you want to wear a 2X? Like how does that make you feel type stuff. So it's like yeah, catering to like a bigger, this is the stuff that I like to do. Like this is like a science project for me. Like doing like the whole dirtbag stuff is like figuring it out just for myself. Like I don't like and then I'll share once I figure it out.
When you look back, I read a quote yesterday. If you don't, sorry,
not my bad. But going back to your question about like the limbs and stuff and colors, I think it's more about aura. Like when you do color, like what kind of aura do you want that person to have? Or so there's like certain colors I don't work with, and certain colors I do want to work with, and hand dyeing and all that stuff.
What's the color you won't work with?
I mean, I don't even have the thought of it, so I couldn't tell you. It doesn't even like occupy any space in my brain.
So the person's aura? That's interesting. I've never would have expected that type of response, but it feels so spot on.
Yeah, like so when EA initially called me when I was like 20, that was one of the first thoughts I had with like the easy stuff is like, how do you generate like healing stuff, aura, and like all that just from color. Like how do you brighten someone's mood just from color? Like color is super important, and that's just like something that I've like realized is like just moving forward, I really want to start like dyeing a lot more and like really experimenting with color, like doing a lot of like more small batch stuff, but have the color be super superb, whether it be like natural dye or like fruit, vegetable, whatever. I just want to get more in tune with like what are the perfect shades and how to get there.
Interesting. That's really, I love what you said about aura. I'm gonna think about that.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo. I mean, that's definitely like always in the back of my head when I do the color stuff, or like eventually when people see it. I feel like I always like meditate on an idea for like a year or two. Like someone says something and I meditate on that, and then I come out with it, and then yeah. So color will be probably really important next year, 2022.
Okay.
I mean, always, but like people will really see what I'm talking about.
Well, like from a high level, like looking at your brain, it seems like that's what you've been zooming in on slowly.
For sure.
Color and like, I have so many questions to ask you. I guess one of them off that is like, people copy you, Supreme, like you even post like, even with the sneaker stuff, How does that make you feel, and like, what's your outlook on that?
I mean, it's my reality, like that. I have similar, I have similar tastes and similar ideas to certain people that have a bigger audience, for sure. So I don't know if it's coincidence or if people are taking the actual idea. But it's been like that since I was like 16. It feels like I've always had someone copying or someone like doing a style that I've already done.
Okay.
So it's I'm kind of used to it, and I don't know. There's better ideas to have, and like as long as people like the right people know what's up, they know what's up. I don't really care about the rest.
I saw you post that you were like, Supreme, hire me. Would you actually want to work for them?
So the whole thing with the Supreme thing is my friend came in and she told me that they were looking for someone like temporary. So I was sitting next to her and making like a little like PDF of all the work that I've done of like the past 5 years or so. And I just sent it to her and she like forwarded it to the people over at Supreme. And then a couple of like weeks later that the whatever that like piece thing that they came out. So I just thought it was interesting timing wise that all of that happened.
Interesting synchronicity.
Yeah. So I don't know. But it makes me feel good knowing that I'm on the right path and that my taste is up there, and it just makes me more solidified with my ideas that I'm doing well, and I know what I'm doing, and I just got to continue doing it and showing people what's up, and hopefully, I mean, I know that I'll be in a position of, I just got to continue doing what I'm doing, and more people will recognize what I've done, or not.
You seem to have like super organic growth.
It's important.
It's important.
Yeah. Super. I mean, even with this space, it's like taken 7 years to like have it feel the way that it feels, have the people that come in, have people travel from different states come here, you know. It's like, it's all organic growth, word of mouth, and it's also like, I want the clothing to speak for itself, but even if the clothes don't interest you, hopefully something about what I do interests the person, and they can dive deeper into what I do. Yeah.
When you look back at your early stuff, do you cringe at all at some of the stuff you put out?
For sure. Yeah. There's a lot of, I mean, but that's the whole thing is like, I'm really happy that I've always just done. I've always did. I always do. I never really like, I'm really just in the moment. Like it felt really right in the moment. It's cool that people supported it at that time. You know, like someone actually like bought this shirt and like maybe they still have it or maybe they still wear it or something. I think that's more cool than like cringing at it, because like I had to. It's interesting that the clothes that I made when I was younger, some of them still like are like timeless. You know, like shirts I made 10 years ago, shirts I made 9, 8, whatever.
Like the nah fuck it sweatshirts.
Yeah, that's about 9 years old.
Timeless.
Yeah, timeless. There's this cam tee that me and this dude Taylor Walls who drew it. The first cam tee I ever did, where it's Cameron and Jim Jones drinking sake on a Suzuki, driving outside of Osaka Bay.
Timeless.
Yeah, so we're bringing that back, and it's like an updated sketch. But even like the logo stuff, you know, it's like I made this logo when I was 16 in Illustrator and just did it like one time. And it's, you know, continued to do it, and that's 9 years, 10 years.
It seems like that one I see the most. Is that your favorite one?
Yeah, I think it's the one that people gravitate towards most, but I also like the text one, where it's like the upside down T. The Braille stuff, obviously.
I like the smiley face one.
The smiley face one's super fire.
Did you come up with that?
Jason Fox.
Okay.
This artist, designer in Brooklyn. He's from Florida originally.
2x2 periodical. Go
you
cop
already
that.
You already know.
He went to purchase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So me and him were kicking it at my apartment in Brooklyn one night, and I was working on this graphic. He was like sitting next to me, like helping me out with this one, and then we just like went to like a different graphic, and I think I was working on making a tag, and I put a smiley face, and he said, "Hold up," He grabbed my computer and did the smiley face with the Dertbag. So, yeah, Jason's super talented, super sick. Shout out, Jason.
Yeah, I like his style because it's like that design is like so obvious in a way. It's so simple.
That's the kind of shit that I love.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. I just saw him like a week or two ago, just like catching up, and like, yeah, I just really love the graphic. Like having that happen, him like I don't know, this whole year has also like made me realize that I really want to go back into making like an actual collection instead of doing all these like sporadic drops that I feel like I've been doing. Like kind of want to like finish out this year with the ideas I have, and then like first quarter really just like take my time and like execute.
So like, do you mean like a drop like fall, winter, spring?
Not even necessarily by season, but more of just like, this is 2021. Boom. Or what year are we in?
2020.
Yeah, so 2020, like, bro, what? I thought we were in 2019 for a second. Yeah, 2021, like, this is the first drop according to the weather outside, not like the season.
Okay.
Because like Connecticut, you got real weather until like March, April. And then from like May through August, it's like, you know, summer.
Right.
And then you have like 2 months of hoodie, and then it's just brick. So like figuring that out instead of like like fall, winter, like this is brick season, this is warm season, this is layer season. So it's like figuring that out, but also just catering to what am I missing in the Dertbag closet.
Something we were talking about last time was like you have so many designs. You're talking about like revisiting stuff and kind of making more things permanent or a repetition of designs. So and on that like that horse hoodie you dropped, it's a shirt.
Yeah.
In a way, like, and I mean this is such a high compliment. It looks like something you'd almost find in a thrift store.
Yeah, that's the goal with the whole brand. Is like making clothing that you would find in a thrift store. Yeah, because that's the most fire stuff. It's like, so it's like, how do you get the essence of that soul of it? And then even then, it's like for the retail aspect, eventually like bringing it into like the Goodwill where it's like separated by color and it's just bigger. But yeah, I think yeah, designing stuff with the intent that it looks like you would find in a thrift store has definitely been an inspiration for me, and that is a great compliment to things.
Oh yeah, and the prototype stuff you do. When did that idea come up for you?
I got really into it probably like 2017, of just like thrifting, like finding like vintage single stitch made in the USA tees, just because there was like a certain feel to them. Yeah, it was really just like after blanks, like made in the USA blanks, like Russell blanks or Hanes or whatever for a while, and then I got into like the graphic stuff. Like if I would find a cool graphic tee that was made in the US, I would take it. Yeah, I don't really know how it started. I was dating a girl that was into like flea markets and like vintage and stuff, and I guess it kind of rubbed off on me. Because then I like I had more free time, so I would like actually go to different Goodwills in like a day and really try to find stuff. But it was a hobby, and now everyone's kind of like really into it. So
it's
I kind of
so
like
fire.
Yeah, I backed off, and now I'm creating my like new vintage. You know.
Yeah, I've seen less of those drops. Like they're less frequent.
Yeah, just because of that, I'd rather like create new.
So your next door to a screen printing place, were they here before?
Yeah, so Liz Squatchy at Paradox Inc. She has been here as long as I've been here.
That's like such good luck for you.
For sure. And then her boyfriend Ruben, he weaves across the way. So we've all worked, or I've worked with both of them, of getting like screens made or passing off a garment to Ruben for him to like hand embroider something. But my dad and Liz have known each other because they're part of the art community.
Okay.
And that's probably like she probably got this studio at the same time that my dad was offered it.
Okay. So having an artist dad, is your mom also an artist?
Yeah, my mom, she used to write for soap operas.
Okay.
Like Days of Our Lives, As the World Turns, in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
What do your parents think about what you do?
Super proud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super supportive.
Sorry, I just gotta answer this real quick. Yo. Hey, Jasper. Getting Colombian food?
Yeah, but I totally forgot that they use paper as their table settings.
Oh, and he's ripping it?
Trying to.
Get him a pen.
I'm gonna see if I can get him to make the.
Yeah, that'd be good.
You wanna draw?
I'm doing a little interview right now, so I'll call you back. So annoying.
Is that your bud?
Yeah, Brittany. She nannies for these two autistic boys, and Jasper has been coming up here like Friday and I've been like having him screen print. I think the t-shirts behind you, are his. That he screen printed. Like that was the shirt he wore in that day, and I was like, take it off. Gave him a Dirtbag shirt, and then the other one's like a Sesame shirt.
The Sesame one's fire.
Yeah, so Brittany bought that, and then but they're eating at the Colombian spot down the street, and they're probably gonna pop in.
Cool. That's probably. He loves screen printing, Jasper.
I think he loves just art in general. He really loves Barney. He definitely loves Barney. Loves Barney. I don't think he loves screen printing as much as he loves Barney.
Okay.
But he enjoys it. I'll show you like a little video. Yeah, but it's really cool because me and him paint too. So like he'll come and we'll paint the tags together.
Okay.
And like it's interesting because I'll like blot it and he'll actually like use it as a brush and like paint.
Yeah, I love those tags. Nice. Looks just super therapeutic. Everything you like, this space is super therapeutic. Anyone should come here because it's very calm. Like you do have a very just chill vibe, and
for sure. Thank you.
That definitely translates well into everything you do.
Thank you, yo.
What's something the world doesn't know about you, but you'd love the world to know about you?
Oh, bro, I have no idea. I be feeling like everyone be knowing shit about me, but one thing that people don't know about, but they should probably know. It's really hard. I feel like I'm very open with everything. I want to be a big brother to somebody.
Oh, you don't have a sibling?
Nah. I mean, I have two older sisters, but like a big brother in the sense of like a mentor for a kid.
Is there any brands or like anyone that you're like looking at like, hey, I'd love to mentor you?
No, not necessarily. Nah, I mean, another like theme that's been happening this year is just like very single and like being singular. So I'm really trying to take the time to like not really mentor. I mean, I know I just said I want to be a big brother, but like really want to just like focus on myself and continue to like figure out who I am, and then get to that point where I can like mentor someone.
I will say this: I was with Isaiah Temple, and we were like, pull up to Philip's birthday party, pull up, hundreds of people outside.
Oh, for real?
What it looked like, it was crazy. I was like, what the hell? Whose birthday is this?
Oh.
And like, it's Philip, and I was like, so my question for you though is, out of all these people that were there, how many people would you consider being like a public figure as friends?
See, I didn't even know about that. I didn't even know that there were mad people outside.
So many people. I was like, whoa, like.
That's cool.
Packed.
That's super cool to know. Friends, like people I can like
your inner circle.
Yeah. It's interesting, like this is another thought I've had, because I do have a lot of people that I care about and like that I know and can have like deep conversations with, and like there's also a lot of friends that I have that are like super low maintenance, and like I don't need to talk to them for a minute, but when I do see them, like it's all love, and like they know about my life and all that stuff. It's hard to give a number per se, just because I have so many different little like people, not little people, but like there's so many people.
I ask that because, like, in the world we live in today, some people like yourself, they can seem like so popular, but sometimes you can like these artists who like Mac Miller, for example. I know it's a bad analogy, but like they do drugs and they might feel so like alone, and it's just interesting. 'Cause, like,
I'm definitely I like being alone more than I like being with people, and I like seeking people out versus people seeking me.
Like people seek
me seeking them versus people seeking me.
Let them come to you.
No, let me see who I want to hang out with today, what kind of vibe I want to be on. Like, do I want to like make music? Do I want to just be around someone that doesn't make any art? Do I want to see an old friend that I haven't chilled with and catch up? Like, especially being older now too, it's like I really cherish the people that I can check in on and like make sure that they're good, and like if I can do anything or just to talk. Like the people that I'll probably hit up most are like Remy Banks, Posh God, my homie Isaac from out here, the Bridgeport homies who come by and shit. It's like all different types of life, really, and that's what makes me, because we're all just like reflections of one another at the end of the day, and it's all this little melting pot has like made me who I am. So friends, I like to be alone more than I like to hang out with people, and that's just, I've always been more of like a dad in that sense, like taking care of people and making sure people are straight.
What's your sign, zodiac sign?
I am a Pisces. I'm February baby, and then I think my rising is Leo, and then my moon is Sag.
Okay. And with your music, like, how does that has the clothing, or do the two ever intersect or inspire each other? And do you ever?
For sure. Yeah. I mean, most of the music that's been played for the videos that I've been making have been mine. And then in terms of the actual music, I feel like it's a good representation of like the brand. This is something I made yesterday.
It's super fire.
Crazy. So yeah, it connects just because it's fire and the clothing is fire. Like having that be the soundtrack to the store type.
It's unique because what like other brand has like such a wholeness to it, and the fact that you like make your own music, you have this clothing, you also do your photography, like you're so involved in every aspect, when like it's really DIY here, like
super.
Yeah.
Super. It's cool when people don't think it's super do it yourself.
Yeah.
That's like the best. It's like when people think I have like a bunch of employees or that it's like a bunch of different people. It's like makes me feel good knowing that all the work that I've done, I don't know, I'm just really proud of everything, dude. At the end of the day, it's just like, it's really cool to know that over the past like 10 years or so, figuring all this out, it's like led me to this moment.
Yeah.
Of kind of like peace and being proud of what I've accomplished and done, and yeah.
Do you smoke weed?
Of course.
Some people don't smoke weed.
No, I smoke a lot of weed. That's probably been like the worst thing about this election. It's like ran through a half in like 2 days.
What do you smoke? Joints, blunts? Spliffs.
Yeah.
Wake up with a spliff or?
Yeah, I need to cut back, bruh. I cleaned out my ashtray. I was like, this is just getting too hectic.
Are you smoking like, these designer packs that are out?
It all depends. Do we have medical out in Connecticut?
So, you do?
Yeah, I'm about to go to the dispensary right after this, TBH. can get some loud.
So loud at the dispensary's pretty good.
Some loud. Yeah, they got like ice cream gelato right now.
What do they charge?
40 for the like designer bud, and then like 30 for like the lesser pack.
I went to Holyoke, Massachusetts to pick up some dispensary bud, and it was honestly pretty trash.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sad.
I was really disappointed. I was like, damn, I thought this dispensary was gonna be pretty firm, but shit sucked.
Yeah, all the Connecticut weed's cool because it's all indoor.
Okay.
So like they'll actually like be scientists with it.
So is it medical out here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have it for my Crohn's, and then my mom has it for pain. I think my mom was like one of the first people to get her med card in Connecticut.
Do you ever think like, oh, that's fire?
Yeah, super crazy. And she like wrote a TV show based on like medical marijuana, and like, yeah, it's called The Grass Is Always Greener. And
Wow.
she like shot like a little pilot for it and stuff.
That's sick.
Yeah, I hope someone picks it up and I can get it made because it'd be really cool as a show.
She had soap operas, or she did.
Yeah, she used to. So there's like characters named after me and my sisters on one of the shows. There's like a Philip, a Chloe, and a Madeline. But yeah, I grew up in a creative family. It was like really open, and my parents just wanted everyone to be themselves. So, me.
Do you want to have a family?
For sure. I think 32. I think like a little 7-year plan.
What a random number.
I'm 25 now. I definitely don't want to be. I don't want my kid to be like. I don't want them to be young and I'm old.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I think my parents had me when they were like 40. And that was kind of weird growing up with people that were like 15, 16. I mean, I liked it, but I think for me, I would want to have like a family in like early 30s.
Are you single?
I am single. Recently single. But that's like another thing is like I want to be single now for a minito. I want to get myself right. Been like I don't know. Throughout the whole quarantine, you just realize that you do stuff for like distraction, and I like was really distracted and like not trying to face reality. And now I'm trying to face reality and just like yeah, I just want to be better. I just want to be a better person in all senses and take care of myself and save and cop a crib.
Buy a house?
Yeah, that's basically what it comes down to now is like save my bread.
Where are you looking to buy a house at?
I want to buy a farm.
Okay, I can see Dirtbag Farm.
I think a dirtbag farm would be the most lit thing ever.
Dirtbag kibbutz.
Have like a barn concert every year and make it a festival type shit.
Wow.
I don't know. But it'd be super sick to grow my own hemp and then figure out how to like just hemp everything out. Like make hemp t-shirts and hemp socks and
These are the comfiest socks I have, these Dirtbag socks.
oh yeah, that's what's up.
They are so comfy.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's another thing about the brand is like I feel like people don't expect the stuff to be super high quality, but it's like I'm a fucking I'm a little prissy bitch. I like the finer things in life. At the end of the day, like I don't give a fuck about the price tag. I'll get that shit.
But your prices are like super reasonable for the quality.
Yeah, 100%. And that's something I pride myself on too. It's like not the crazy huge markup. Because I don't need to do that yet, or I don't think I need to do that in general. It's I'd rather be like authentic to people and like what's real, especially with like the Bridgeport area and just Connecticut in general. It's just like people are not going to be spending $1,200 on a fucking hoodie. Like I just seen that today, like the Noah hoodie. There's a new like Noah wool hoodie that's selling for $1,200, $1,200, $1,200.
Wow.
Yeah, and just like reading the comments, it's like, how do you justify that?
Yeah, that's
So again, it's like really nice being my own boss and not having to deal with people, and I can decide the price and all that stuff.
I asked my friend what was the biggest investment they made in themselves recently, and they responded an Acne studio sweater, which I thought was interesting. Like the way some people look at buying a $500 sweater, as an investment in themselves. So there is like that mindset
It's
of
weird. Like I get it, but I also don't get it, like buying into a brand. Because I guess that's like another goal of mine is like getting to the point where you can just look at this piece and know it's Dertbag just because of the cut or like the fabric. Like I showed this to my mom this morning or last night, and she was like, "Where's the Dertbag on it?" I was like, "Nah, it's just blank. Like you should know just by looking at it that it's Dertbag." So that's like another project of mine is like figuring that out. Like how do you do certain silhouettes, certain pieces like that?
I love how you call this a science project.
Yeah, bro. You gotta like change the perspective of what everyone else thinks it is to what you think it is and what you're trying to do. Because if I thought of it as a business, I would stress myself out. But when I can think of it as like a science project where it's like, let me hypothesize and write this out and see if it comes true.
Sometimes, like as an artist, like I'll constantly want other people's opinions or validation on what I'm doing.
For sure.
Are you beyond? You seem like you're like very secure in your knowing and what you're doing. So
I'm definitely secure with what I like and I know who I am and all of that. But it is a business at the end of the day, so I do have to gauge people's like likes and dislikes and what they want to see and what they don't want to see. But at the end of the day, it's really what I feel. And that's like a beautiful thing that I'm able to really express how I'm feeling with the clothing, or if I just make something super fire and I just want it. I think it's really important to produce just to produce rather than like make a whole bunch of the same shit. Like I'm really more keen on like making like small batches and just making sure that the idea gets out there so people can like see it resonate. Because I have too many ideas. It's like that's another thing I'm trying to figure out is like how can I get these ideas out without saturating it or making it not cool or like this is a small line sheet, like the top is what I just came out with,
okay.
And the rest is like ideas that are potential. But like between that I made a little less than 300 shirts each, and then it's figuring out how many shirts can I do, what's the size break for that.
This one, Giving Things a Better Place, that sticker.
I love that one.
My favorite, was that your design?
Yeah, I designed that.
I love that. And that there's no Dertbag on that, right? On that sticker?
But it just says Divine Energy or Age.
Yeah, but you can look at that like and know that's Dertbag. Like
that's what's up.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. Like my mom saw it and she's like, "That's gorgeous. Where'd you get that?" Because it has this like, I don't know. It just has this like very classic, like almost the pot is like very like Middle Eastern or ancient, but it has this like the red sticker has this like flair to it of like a new flair. It's very classy.
Yeah, it's taking the best of the past, reinterpreting it for the future, but creating it for the present. So it's literally what I'm doing, that giving things a better place. I'm seeing stuff in my normal day, or I'm taking stuff that I like, I'm sampling it, I'm doing whatever, and I'm giving it a better place because people need to see it. People need to have the same feeling that I got when I saw it, and like reinterpreting it into a design or clothing or whatever it may be. That's what that's why I do what I do. It's like, I was thinking about this thought the other day of how we're not necessarily designing as much as we are directing, and we're not necessarily creating as much as we are curating. And that's kind of like where I see myself. Like I'm a really good curator, but I can also create. I'm also a really, I really love directing, but you have to have the right people to direct for that. So in the meantime, I'm gonna direct and design because I can do both. And people have been seeing the work I've been doing this past year, and I think it kind of just speaks for itself. Like when you let me design, direct, curate, and create, I'm gonna come out with a lot of fire shit.
For sure. Yeah, I love that video you guys did of
the healing service stuff was super sick. This kid Josh, he came from upstate, like Connecticut, and it was like an hour and a half commute every like 4 times a week, and we just basically worked on that collection, like all the pieces here, like the panel jacket is the first one, the jean jacket, yeah.
This one.
Mm-hmm. So that was the first piece that he like came and presented it.
So he made this.
Yeah, so he came and wanted to intern. So we were like emailing in the beginning of the pandemic, and that's like a piece he bleached, and then I was like, you should put this hood on that. But yeah, this was my first time like really directing a designer.
Big brother type.
Yeah, he's 19 and he knows how to sew, taught himself how to make patterns, and I don't do any of that. So it was kind of like the best of both worlds.
Do you get a lot of people reaching out to you like that?
I have a good amount of people that reach out to me asking to help out or work. It's weird. It's super weird because it's not a company, you know, it's just me, and it's like I'm still a person, and like I don't like responsibilities. I don't like I'm a people pleaser is like something that I've realized about myself, is like I really like to make sure people are happy, so like I put other people first before me, and that's like something I don't like to do because it like takes away from me and like thinking clearly and like not having to, you know, overthink or do too much. But Josh is super sick. Bushland Century is his brand, and he was a delight to work with. He's like super talented. He designed this logo.
Yeah, so fire.
Yeah, the Dertbag joint. You guys can't see.
Yeah, so
but,
is this gonna be like, is this coming out?
Yeah,
like,
I'm probably gonna put it up for the holidays so people can. So all of it's 101. It's probably gonna be like $400 to $500 per piece, and then splitting that with Josh.
So fire.
Yeah, but I think those pieces are worth the price, you know, like it was a really special time that me and him had, and I think whoever gets to wear it. So like the themes for when we were working was like, he's really into bleached out stuff, so it was like bleached out, and then we did like the denim Kevlar jacket and the vest and the pants, and then this long pocket bag. But it's like, it's cut proof because it's Kevlar, and then we did that like chemical protection hoodie ripstop joint, and yeah.
Wow, I wish you guys could feel this one.
Oh,
wow.
the rig too. Yeah, so
Wow.
that one's from 2017.
This is like a beautiful quality.
And yeah, I want to like remake that. There's a lot of stuff with pockets and all that.
How do you like collaborating? Are you I feel like you're very picky.
Yeah, super picky. I think me and Josh worked really well. I really love working with Josh in terms of collaborating, because I felt like a real collaboration. Like I would give him direction and references and give him my input when he does so. And like, move this, cut this. Yeah, I love working with Josh. There's music people I love working with. Like I like working with this dude Alan. Me and him make really crazy beats together. I love working with Posh God. Just like homies, when it's like friends first and then they're talented as well. It's like always a plus.
Do you sell your beats?
Nah. I mean, yeah, like if someone wants a beat, I'll sell it to them for whatever. But I don't know how any of that goes. I just like making tracks. I like making like a fire ass track, or like there's nothing better than just like a really good loop that you can just have on for like an hour. It's
So
just like
true.
nothing really goes wrong.
I have an iPad and it came with GarageBand on it.
Fire.
And the cool thing about the iPad is the keyboard's like you can play it on your screen. And it just blows my mind that you can switch instruments.
So sick.
So sick.
That's very, very sick.
Yeah, so that's really crazy. How long have you been making music for?
2013.
2013.
Yeah, when I bought a MIDI keyboard off someone.
Okay.
And downloaded Ableton, and then trying to like program beats into Ableton and not knowing anything about anything, and you just keep going each day trying to figure it out, and then you eventually make a really crazy track. And I remember that track, and then I burned it, and then I put it on my iPod and listened to it. Like I drove around and like listened to it on repeat. I was like, bro, I cannot believe I made this shit. And it was like a track that like I put my voice on, and like Yeah.
It makes sense, by the way, what you're saying of like wanting to be singular and then you having that issue with setting boundaries of wanting to please everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like you're taking that time to kind of setting boundaries.
Yeah, trying to. I mean, the clothing thing is really public. So it's like whatever art I can do other than the clothing stuff, I really like to keep it private. But it's cool that people enjoy it. That's my biggest thing. I never know if people are gonna enjoy the music that I make or whatever. Cause like I'll be in my apartment and we have speakers in the ceiling and like my roommates will be in there and I'm just like, I just want to make a beat. So like I'll make a beat with them in there and I just never know, you know, until like their head starts bopping or like I'll put the snare down and they have that something to like, it's cool. It's like, it's a blessing. I feel like music is the most pure art form in the sense that you can like really express you can express how you're feeling through the chords, through the BPM. There's like certain colors that come out with like certain types of octaves and shit like that. But yeah, it's cool that it like the clothing to the music to like the visuals are all cohesive and make sense. And I think that's the biggest blessing I have with the brand is that I'm able to do all that stuff and that it is fire. You know, like I could have missed.
Yeah.
Like imagine if I missed on one of them.
But that's okay too.
Totally okay, but it's way better that like the paintings are as fire as the clothing is as fire as the music in my eyes.
Yeah. How? What's a question you wish people would ask you but nobody ever does?
Bruh, I have no idea. I don't even want to be asked any questions at the end of the day. Nah, dog, I don't even know. It could be like, I guess my biggest pet peeve is just like the clothing shit. Like when people constantly ask me about like clothing, like thinking that it's like something I really want to talk about, when it's like really the last thing I want to talk about. I'd rather just talk about like people inspire me, like just having conversations, like normal ass conversations about certain shit. Like that's where I probably get the most inspiration from is just like having these conversations and like being able to think differently or trying to think of a better answer or a different perspective I could give people. Or so I guess I wish people gave me better conversation versus giving me a better question to ask or answer. I don't want to be the only person to ask a question or answer. I'd rather hear from the person because I can get inspired from them.
That's good. I like that. Who's the most like interesting person you've met recently that's you're like, what the fuck?
I guess the newer Philip, because I'm just making a lot of fire shit and it's just like the new Phil that I haven't met before. I'm just like really proud of all the music I'm making. I haven't really been painting, but all these new ideas that I have and that I can feel myself executing, I want to.
Are you like, when you look at the state of like art and like the people that are your peers, like all these artists, do you think we're going through a renaissance or do you feel like it's uninspired? Like what do you think the state of?
There's definitely a renaissance. It's like it's the renaissance because everyone's able to like, even if you make music, you're gonna be making merch and then making visuals and you can do it all yourself. You don't need like a huge team. You don't need what we needed like in the 90s or in the 80s or even like in the early 2000s. You don't need a crazy budget. You don't. Your question was, sorry, what was your question?
I have a new question just popped into my head.
Yeah, cool, shoot.
I was gonna ask if you watch porn.
Yeah, definitely watch porn. I think the female body is a really beautiful thing. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Guys' bodies are so gross compared. It's like, it's fucking gross, bro. Like, a penis is not beautiful.
I always since I was younger, I was like, watch porn, but it's like, I wish like kind of like what you're doing with visuals and stuff like porn. That I wish that would go into porn.
For sure, that would be way more fire. If there was like a whole personality that to go with a porn star, even like porn video, like having like the Aphex Twin soundtrack or like you know just like some moody like 90s R&B.
Yeah.
Like having that shit like really be like I don't know. There's a way to make it super fire and also kind of funny,
I just
but
feel
also
like
just like
after you watch porn, you just like shut. And for me, after I'm just like, this is kind of gross. What the fuck?
it's super gross right after what?
But I just feel like it's kind of crazy to me that like somebody hasn't like elevated porn.
Yeah.
And if you know somebody's elevated porn, let me know.
Nah, straight up, bro. Trying to, I don't even know what could be fire with the porn shit. I think doing the soundtrack, like scoring it, could be fire. Scoring a porno would be fire.
No, just like the videos and like everything about it. It's just so corny.
Super corny, but that's kind of what makes it. It doesn't make it fire, but it also makes it what it is. Hey, lit. My homegirl's wearing Divine Energy.
Fire.
Yeah, she just hit me. Yeah, yo, porn's important. It'd be. I think it's so cool that Zach from FTP really blew up right after the porn lookbook he did.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
So
I know FTP. But...
yeah, so Zach from FTP, like before the brand really blew up, he did a sex tape lookbook.
Fire.
Yeah, and that's kind of what put him like super on and like broke the whole like wall for that. And,
I need to look into that.
Yeah, this has to be like 2014, 2013 maybe.
Madonna had a sex book out. It's called Sex, and it's so fire. It's like incredible photography and these lewd writings, and that's like so crazy. What do you think like makes like FTP or any of these brands actually break through to the other side?
If we're talking about the time when they did blow up, there was no brands like them, and that they did something that was like very not out of pocket, but like a super left field, like doing like the porno lookbook and then having people talk about that and then continuing to be consistent with having like the right people wear the stuff. Rappers, artists, all that stuff is like super important for a brand. And then because of that, you have that market of that whatever music world stuff. But I think it's just timing. I think like the timing with the FTP stuff is like really on point, and like I think it's really beautiful how far he's come.
Yeah.
You know, like I can't imagine the amount of stress or like the amount of orders he has to deal with and all that stuff, like being a black kid from LA. It's like really, and it's cool that we have mutual respect for one another, and like I can hit him up and like super cool dude.
How do you feel when you get an order in? Like, do you still get this feeling of like?
I think it's super sick. I think it's really cool when someone gets like multiple things.
Yeah.
Like when they get like a little outfit, and I'm like, yo, like they're gonna be like really feeling themselves. They're like, yeah, I was doing orders this morning. I was like, this is so cool. Yeah, it doesn't get old. I've been doing it for so long, and the feeling is always the same of just like, this is really cool. It makes me feel good.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you work out?
Do I work out? I'll do 50 push-ups in the morning and then 50 push-ups at night, and then I'll walk around.
Okay.
When I'm in the city though, like I do a lot of yoga. I'm like really limber, but that's not working out necessarily.
Yoga's totally working out.
Yeah, but I do it more for stretching, like stretching my stomach because of my Crohn's.
Okay.
I've never done like a yoga class.
Okay.
I have my little like routine of like, go up, you go down, you touch your shoes.
Sun salutation.
Yeah, and then you do the downward dog, and then you do the pigeon, and then you come back out and you stretch it all out. You burp and you fart, and then you do some push-ups, smoke a spliff, start your day.
You can't enjoy just like a vegan joint?
Vegan joint?
Just all green?
Oh, I can, for sure. Preference is having a little spice so I can power through the day. Because I can't be too tired. I gotta have that little crank in me.
I feel.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure like you had plans that just got totally thrown off this year.
Yeah. I was I think I was gonna do a pop-up this is all in like a week. I was gonna do a solo art show in LA, and then a group show like 2 days later, and then 2 days after that go to Japan to do a pop-up shop.
Japan. You been there?
Yeah, I've been twice. I've been to Tokyo in 2014 for a pop-up shop, and then I went, was it last year? I went last year for Osaka pop-up shop.
So sick.
Yeah, it was really cool. So I was trying to go there like every year, and I was gonna go back to Osaka and do a pop-up this past year, but everything happened. But it was really grateful that I got the downtime and was like able to chill, because I don't know what I would have done. I would have burnt out really quick trying to like make new art pieces for the solo show, and then where the group show happened, that spot got burnt down like earlier in the year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it was just like this whole like everything like crashing down.
Shit. Do you think you spend too much time on your phone in your life?
Yes.
When you wake up, is that the first thing you're reaching for?
I try not to. As of late, I've just been like trying to just like lay in bed and like collect my thoughts before I start off.
Do you have vivid dreams?
No, I don't really dream.
It's because you're a pot smoker?
Mm.
I feel it's like my biggest motivation to stop smoking weed sometimes is for the dreams.
For the dreams.
Sometimes I think, like, is that worth the trade-off? Because dreams are so lit.
I know. I haven't had a good dream in a while.
That sucks. Yeah. Dreams. My dreams are usually very closely tied with, like, giving me direction on things I'm pondering and just, like, aligning with my emotions and helping me figure out, like, okay, this actually really matters to me because it's popping in my dream and I need to address this, and I'll just, like, let it dwell in the back of my mind.
Yeah. No, that's real. That's super, super real. Sweet.
Yeah. You drink a lot of water?
Try to. Thank you for reminding me, because I haven't cracked this open yet.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, spring water's important, bro. I like had to tell my parents that. I was like, yo, stop buying smart water, y'all are wild.
What's wrong with smart water? The plastic?
Not the plastic, but just it's like manufactured water. It's like Pepsi water or whatever, whoever owns it.
How would you feel if like one of these huge companies came to you and was like, we want to buy you out?
I mean, I guess it all depends. How much money they're offering, what they're offering. Maybe I don't think I would sell out per se. I don't know. No one's knocking at my door, so I'm just chilling.
You said you're looking to save more and stuff. I'm really passionate about finances and saving. I've always been really into that, financial literacy.
Mm.
So like, how do you? What are you like? Are you using any compounding vehicles? Like, how do you go about your finances and saving?
Don't ask me. I'm more of like, I put everything back into the brand right now. Like, me being young, I have that advantage where I'm able to risk the monetary, because it can always comes and goes. Can't be scared of it. But since I'm about to be 26, I'm not about to have health insurance. I really want to get on my bullshit. Like making a certain amount of money each year, each quarter. You know, this is like my first real year of like being solo dolo, and I made like my goal amount, so I just want to like double it next year, like figure out how to do that. But yeah, I try not to think about the money aspect too much. I'd rather just like continue to create.
Yeah. Favorite quotes?
Don't be bitter, be better.
I like that.
Favorite quotes: giving things a better place. trying to think, really.
Giving Is a Better Place, was that yours?
It was from an interview I overheard with Axel Van Verdort.
Kanye's, yeah, he's so fire.
Very fire. So that was one of his quotes was, like, because he does a lot of stuff, like, around the property where he'll, like, take stuff. Like, he'll paint, using the mud or the whatever. Like, he'll make it into, I forget what it's called. Shit. But it's like a way to paint using stuff from around the property, and like it'll give it texture.
Well, like, yeah, his whole thing's wabi sabi, right? That's
a lot of wabi sabi stuff, but there's like a specific term for it. Yeah. I forgot.
He's so incredibly fire.
Yeah, all of this stuff is very fire, but also just trying to like bring that essence up into the clothing.
And what you said about the aura, like that, I totally watch anything of him on the internet, and he was saying it's like when you look at a piece or a painting, it's not about what's there, it's about what's not there, but like it's giving you that feeling. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
And that's what you're talking about, like with colors and stuff. It's not what you inherently you're seeing in the physical, but like.
Yeah, how do you feel about it? Like what? I don't know. I feel like when you contemplate on something, or when you really put energy into it and then leave it, or like you let it be, people can feel that for sure. I feel like that's why people like the clothing so much, is because they can feel that I actually give a shit.
Yeah, that's so transparent.
Yeah, I think that's like important.
And what you're saying about like reinvesting into the brand, like it's obvious you give whatever you're doing anything it needs. Like it doesn't feel like you're cutting corners, and like you're always saying like I'm, you know, like just like the fits and the quality, like it's not cheap in any way. And I think like a lot of brands that you come out, they're just like they're not really in it.
Yeah, they're not for the quick buck. Like this is legit my life. Like I feel like people probably understand that, but I don't think they get the whole scope. Like this is my life. The reason why the price points are at is because of the research and the time that I've taken out of my life to create something better, to create something that's not already here, but I believe more people should be in tune to it, so they feel better about themselves, or feel better about what they're wearing, or like what they're connected to. So I feel like having this be my life is a responsibility of continuing to like put out really cool stuff, and there's no pressure. It's just mainly continuing being myself, and I think that's like the biggest blessing, is like having people accept me and my creations and my eye and my mind, because of they like me or whatever. I don't know.
When was the last time you cried?
Ooh. Probably like a week or two ago.
Can I ask over what?
Me and this girl ended things like early October, and then we kind of just been like seeing one another just like as like friends. But there was one day where the pain just kind of hurt me, and I just like was looking at her, and I was just like, damn bro, you really hurt me, shit crazy. So I just like, I don't know, I be like saying a lot of shit from the heart to like to the girl that I liked, and I don't know, I really like this Future line where it's like when you speak from the soul, it sounds like you're singing.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah,
I never heard that. Thanks for sharing.
I'd be having like some like Future bars, or like I don't even be like singing, I'd be like rapping. I'll like go with a little flow. I'll try to find what lyric it's from.
Future said that? It doesn't sound like that. Like
yeah, Future.
When are we gonna see Future in some Dertbag?
Who knows? Yeah, looking exotic. He says, Future's talking about spoiling a bad bitch with all his wealth and fame. Sometimes when you speak from your soul, it sounds like you singing.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite album too, the Future Hendrix album.
Okay.
That's like my go-to.
I saw you posted the internet hive mind.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
That's my other shit that I fuck with heavy. Shout out to Steve, shout out to Sids, shout out to Matt. Yeah, when I was fucking working with the Kanye shit and like didn't have any friends, I would always go to Sid's house after work.
Okay.
I would like take that hour-and-a-half commute from Calabasas all the way to Mid-City just to hang out with Steve and Matt and all of them just for like 2 hours just to get out of Calabasas. So shout out to Sid for always having her spot open and like allowing me to go over there.
Was Calabasas like soul wrenching?
Yeah, bro. There's nothing to do. I was in a motel, living in a motel, bro. Nothing to do.
What were your like specific contributions that did come out? Like,
season 4, I did some dyed stuff, and then designed some pieces that didn't make the show, and then I got brought in for St. Pablo, and I designed the logo with the circles, the dots in it.
pull it up, yeah. I'm sure you've been asked this, but like, how was working with Kanye?
It was a dream come true. It was one of my goals when I was a kid. The scrapper.
Oh, you designed that? That's so fire.
Yeah, designed that. But I was also, so he called me in the day before he was going on tour because they didn't have any tour merch. And yeah, there was a lot of different ideas that we had, and then we ended up just landing on that.
Did you feel like self-conscious or anything? Or you're just like, I got called in for a reason, I know what I'm doing?
Yeah, I felt like all the years of me all the years of teaching myself how to design and dye and do everything led me to that moment, for sure. I remember having a conversation with the other person in the room about it.
Yeah.
They're just like asking like, what do I do? And I just was like very blissed out, just being like, bruh, I'm very happy being here. This is like a dream of mine. Like working at probably like 1 in the morning to wake up again at like 7 to design more shit.
I'm super inspired by what he was saying recently with like using like as many like shirts in the Bible. He was saying have like no seams or should be like one piece. Like
I was with him when that idea first came about. He was asking me to design the perfect t-shirt, and then obviously like when I said that some people tell me things and they have to like marinate until I can like execute them, that was one of them. Like the double layer t-shirt was my answer to that. After how many months after he asked me to like make it, I had to like prove to myself that I could make like the perfect shirt.
What about the double layer t-shirt to you is so perfect?
So what he was saying about the seamless, like it was seamless, there's no seams.
How do you even, is that like a trade secret? Can you even say how you make a seamless shirt?
No, it's like because there's a bunch of different ways to like try to hide the seams. Like you can do the blind hem stitch, which is what the vintage tees are, but like you literally do 2 layers of t-shirt, and then so all of this gets sewn inside out, and the last thing that gets sewn is the neck.
Oh wow, can I feel it?
Yeah, it's really soft. It's like a blanket when you wear it. You could try it on, it's small.
I really see what you're saying. I like want to smell it.
It's legit the perfect t-shirt.
This is the perfect t-shirt.
Yeah.
Do you sell these?
Yeah. They're it's 80.
Wow, this is the perfect t-shirt. You're not kidding.
Yeah, bro. So like it
Wow.
took me a couple months to figure it out, but I figured it out.
This is really the perfect t-shirt.
And the thing about him is he never brings his stuff to market. And that's what bothers me, is like he has a lot of great ideas, but he never like, I mean, eventually he will bring it to market, but in the meantime, I have to do what I do. And then even on the collar, it's like triple stitched. And then the only branding on the shirt is this little dirt bag. And then you can remove these. These are all like tacked really simple. But yeah.
Why do you think he doesn't bring all his like incredible designs and ideas that he has from people like you, himself, and the army that he's amassed out to market?
It's a good question. I think it's just not ready. I mean, in his eyes, it's not ready. Because he wants to be like Walmart. He wants to be like on that scale, and I think all the work that he's putting in right now, and like all the people that he's worked with, is like leading to the Gap moment, and then from the Gap, it will like lead to something else bigger. But it's cool to like he hit me up this past year, and I went out and like seen him and all that stuff. But it's cool that me and him are like on the same wavelength and stuff. Like we always like work on similar things at the same time without talking to one another.
That's the perfect t-shirt. I wish everyone can see that t-shirt.
Thank you.
That's a fantastic creation. I feel like I love what he's did, the attire that they all wear in Sunday service, and that just like
it's like, yeah,
that's the shirt everyone needs to be wearing.
Same vibe.
It looks great on you.
A little tiny joint.
Yeah, it fits perfect.
But yeah, I like how like this collar is wider, so you can wear the mock neck underneath, and then you have like the double collar.
All my friends are like with the weighted blankets. That's a weighted shirt.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling people to sleep in it.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, just sleep in it. You don't need nothing else.
Yeah, that's a fantastic shirt.
Thank you, yo. Yeah,
Wow.
so it's like shit like this is like what I'm 2021. It's gonna be more of it's like more fire pieces like that you can say is like the perfect t-shirt, perfect hoodie.
And you can look at that and be like, oh, it's Dertbag, but there's no Dertbag on it.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's like another challenge that Ye presented to me the first time I linked with him. He was like, yeah, but you can't make anything without a graphic. He like said something along those lines, and I was like, okay, I gotta prove to you that I can. Like I can make something that doesn't say Dertbag, but it is.
Wow. Yeah, that's so. I'm like so. I just feel lucky to have like tried that shirt on. Thanks. Like, I'm definitely.
No doubt,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the feeling I'm trying to give the people.
Do you have pants to accompany that shirt? Perfect pants.
Working on it. Pants are interesting. But yeah, there's hopefully by December, January we'll have new pants with
Sand pants.
well, we're doing these like DB pockets. This is gonna be smaller, but
Oh wow.
so D and B and go in here, and then this is like another D and B, but it's like a cargo pocket.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick.
It's kind of
Okay.
like a sample of it, but so it's like
Oh, okay.
one
Cool.
pocket here, or you can do it two.
Innovation right there. Wow.
And then we have pockets on the bottom.
Super sick.
Yeah.
This is like a proto.
Yeah, that's a prototype.
Yeah.
That was in the video.
And your friend, I'm blanking on his name, but he made these.
Yeah, Josh, yeah, so directed him, but he designed like the DB pockets. I told him I wanted to do like a universal adjustable pair of pants, and then we figured just to put the pockets on the bottom just to try it out and see how it looks.
Yeah. Wow, I could see like this with that shirt, fire fit.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's like now it's really creating that fire fits. But trying to like figure out the pant situation for sure.
What's so interesting about pants? Like what are you running into that's like, oh shit?
Nothing really. I've just been really focused on tops. As
Okay.
as of late, and just like trying to get these t-shirts out, and then trying to figure out these mock necks. That's the braille button piece.
Yeah, this fabric's phenomenal.
Yeah, that's the one that we're running with. And hopefully that comes out end of month, hopefully, or maybe December. That's just one off. But I don't know. I'm just having fun right now. I'm happy that you got to try on the tee too, and like
The tee's so fire.
get a glimpse of what I'm trying to do. So it's like, yeah, that tee, and then like the newer tees, and then this mock neck, and the blue jacket. I don't know.
The blue jacket's fire too.
Everything's fire, bruh.
Everything's
Everything's
elevated.
so fire. So it's just, yeah, continuing to make fire pieces and like figuring out what needs to be made, what people want.
What do you think about mass fashion now? Like,
What do you mean?
like the masks.
Oh, masks.
Yeah.
Masks. That's the reason why I haven't like really done masks as of late, because it's not played out because people need it, but it's like, I don't know.
I get it.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel like people understand.
Yeah.
Like it's I have responsibility though to make them, because certain people would wear it. They would wear a mask like every day, versus like not wearing a mask or just using the reusable ones. So I think I'm gonna do another mask drop before the year is over, so people can just like, you know, be happy. Wear a dirtbag mask and feel good about themselves. Feel cool.
I love what you said before, and I was like, who's the most unique person? And you said yourself, like.
The show, what the fuck?
No, I mean, like, that's something I'm struggling with a lot. Like, I'm 22, I just graduated. Like, my lack of self-confidence, I've always been a very confident person, and lately I just feel like I'm my biggest critic. So it's like so refreshing to have that energy.
Yeah, it's necessary. Like, even for me, this is all new, as well as like getting back into my bad bitch state. Just like,
Yeah.
like, you know, straight up, it's like, I really wish more people were as fire as me and make the world way more sick.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no one else makes me as happy as like when I make a beat, or when I make a design, or when I have people come into my store and buy my designs. Like, what the fuck? That's so sick.
But this bad bitch attitude, is this like, have you always had that, or?
I've always been a bad bitch, for sure. I feel like being in a relationship has like made me not a bad bitch, just for whatever reason.
Totally get that.
Yeah, and it's like you get distracted, or you know, you're just not yourself.
So true.
So I'm just like back on my bullshit, back on my Prince Felipe shit. It's just like, bro, it's like, I just love myself. I just love the music I make. I'm just enjoying everything about it, and like having people come into my life that appreciate me as well, and like appreciate the stuff that I actually do, like that, like dive a little deeper than just the surface. Like, that's what I appreciate, you know.
It's true too. I was telling like on tracks, like when he makes a post, you know, he says, he's like, I'm the hardest out.
Oh.
So it's like, okay, I'm gonna listen to it because you just said you're the hardest out.
Yeah, you have to.
So I have to.
Yeah.
You know, and like
make your own decision.
I put like a piano loop on Instagram, and I just write like, piano by me, and nobody listens.
Yeah.
Why would they?
Yeah.
It's some pussy. Like I just look. I'm not jacking myself up.
Got to.
You got to.
If you're feeling it though.
Yeah.
You don't false claim. If your shit's not hot, don't be like, this shit's hot.
I think, but most important, if you like it.
That's the most important thing for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's a blessing when other people can like it as well. That's like when it really is like fire.
I love your bad bitch attitude.
Bruh. Got to, bruh.
And you're like, obviously I don't know you like that, but you're very like monotone, chill, laid back.
Hell yeah.
But then at the same time, you know, you hit me with like, I'm my favorite person.
Yeah, bro, what the fuck? You got to. No one taught me shit but me. At the end of the day, no one pressed me to do any of the stuff I'm doing. This is all out of love, and it's like, I have to love myself so other people can love this shit, because I love it so much.
When you go 7 layers deep, and I don't like mean to be repetitive, but if there's a different answer, like, what is your why at the end of the day? Like, when you get down to...
Why do I do this?
Just your why in life. Like, not even this, but like you were saying on that deeper level, like, outside of all the noise.
I think the meaning for me is beauty, and like not necessarily the standard of beauty, but seeing the beauty in everything, whether it be like terrible or whether it be painful or actually really beautiful or whatever. It's like seeing the beauty in that, respecting it. Why has it come up in my life? What is it? What's the deeper meaning for it? Should I like really take an extra second and like look and like think about it? Yeah, like my whole thing with art is you're trying to find the beauty in the mundane, creating the, like making the mundane beautiful. Like, how do you do that? How do you give something soul? How do you express how you're feeling, who you are. I think that's the most important currency for people is not necessarily happiness, because happiness fleets, but it's like it's being at peace with whatever, and it's like not. I don't like reactions. I like taking my time, sitting with whatever you're doing, realizing you're probably projecting if you're reacting or whatever, and it's like, that's cool, that's your reality, that's your life, but my reality is I'm gonna take this interaction and I'm gonna either get inspired by it or I'm gonna dead you and move on with my life, because I think that's the best revenge, is just being able to move on. Not giving the satisfaction of anybody or anything, and just doing what makes you happy.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
And then but this design right here, this is a newer design.
What about it?
The DV, like this design.
Yeah.
That's just different. What was that? Totally just started blank and you popped that out, or did you have some type of?
So it started off with this reference, right?
Okay.
And then that reference went to this. And then it went to this.
Oh, fire.
And then it went to that. It went to this. Which went to that.
Wow.
Which went to this. Which went to that.
Wow.
Which went to 3 ones stacked up. Yep. So from that to this.
Wow. And then the kind of fade on it too is really nice.
Yeah.
That background.
Again, trying to like I just want that to be part of my style. It's like the textured, because I really love textures for some reason. Obviously with my paintings and stuff, but like even how do you translate texture into printing and stuff through like the graphic stuff.
I love it.
Thank you, yo. But yeah, I think this shit's fire too. I really want to bring this back somewhere.
You love, I could see in your paintings, like, and you were, from the beginning of this conversation, red and yellow seem to be like.
Hell yeah. Primary colors. Primaries with the blacks and like the different kinds of whites. For real. Yeah, it's cool cracking these codes, yo, of like figuring out colors, like what are the, not like perfect colors, but what are colors that gravitate to me most. All that stuff. It's exciting.
Happy to be here on Earth.
Happy to be here on Earth?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, what? Yeah. I can smoke medical weed, can make art, get paid off it. A lot of beautiful people in my life, a lot of people that I look up to that I can call friends, able to express myself, able to be in like a happy home. I got both my parents, I got both my sisters.
You're blessed.
Very blessed, very grateful, very privileged, trying to just make a better world with the life that I was given.
But you're also incredibly humble and you have a great amount of self-awareness.
Thank you.
And like, you did not need to do this with me. I'm just like,
I'm chilling, bro.
You know, but it's just very nice of you.
For sure. I mean, if I'm able to make someone's day or make someone have a better perspective on their life or tell someone something that they need to be heard, that again is a bigger currency. You know, like the biggest currency you can really do is like inspire or influence in a good way.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't know if power is the right word, but I have something about me where I can do that for people. And if people want to listen to me or if they want to gravitate towards me, I'm going to give them my all and tell them how I honestly feel or try to.
Do you believe in an afterlife?
I feel like we continue.
Energy can either be created or destroyed.
Well, I feel like Well, that obviously, yeah, for sure. But like, I do believe I have a little bit of my grandfather I never met in me, like stuff like that. Like I feel like if one of my parents passes or whatever, they'll be in the next the next kid or whatever. You know, like I'm named after my grandfather, and I have a lot of like he was a graphic designer in the 20s and 30s.
Wow.
He employed Warhol when Warhol wasn't anything, like when he was just sketching shoes. He was an art director for a magazine, played basketball, went to World War II, was doing all like the propaganda because he knew how to draw. But yeah, like my parents, or my great grandparents, they immigrated to Ellis Island and lived on Delancey and Christie,
Okay.
like Lower East Side, so.
Before it was really, yeah.
And yeah, it's cool when I'm like back on those blocks because there's something about it that like is so familiar, and I never knew that. Like my sister, she lived on Delancey. Well, around the time I started going to the city super heavy, so I would stay on Delancey with her like on the couch. But I didn't know about my great grandparents until a couple years after that.
That must
Everything just kind of like connected and like made more sense.
Have you ever done psychedelics?
Yeah. Done mescaline, done acid, done shrooms.
DMT? Any desire to?
Yeah, for sure. I think when I have a crib, when I'm like at that point where I don't, because I feel like that's probably like the last answer that I need on this earth. It's from like ayahuasca or from DMT. It's like but maybe I already see all that shit. Maybe I'm already like, my DMT is unlocked.
You feel that way?
Sometimes I'd be feeling like that. Like,
creatively, or like you're seeing things that?
I think just in life, just in general. Just because like, from doing Reiki, like there's I felt like when I first got in tuned on Reiki, I felt like I was on an acid trip, just of like the tingling and like the vibration and all that shit. It felt like an acid trip. And the only time I ever felt like that is like when I was on acid, when I had like a true orgasm, and when I did the Reiki attunement.
Imagine doing all three at once.
Bro, it's legit all the same feeling. It's fucked.
I did this thing, I'm big on yoga.
Oh.
I had this thing where you had to like hold your hands up, and there was this meditation thing where you're holding it up for like maybe 7 or 11 minutes. I had this great, almost like a dam, like this feeling within my chest.
That's fire.
So fire.
That like unexplainable shit like that is the best.
Yeah.
That's the what. No.
But that's what I love about you, and like why I want to talk to you, because you like our conversation's like really full circle in this way. Where like in some ways you have this DMT where like that's just radiating off your clothes and like.
Yeah, it's cool, crazy, but I don't know about it type shit. But I do.
You do though.
Yeah, because it's inside me. Yeah, dude. Like thinking about that kind of stuff is really crazy. It's really crazy. Like energy now. Energy now is probably another really high currency. Having good energy, having good like karma and all that shit.
But do you know who Alex Gray is?
Sounds familiar.
He's a very psychedelic artist.
Art.
Yeah. But he has a space in Wappingering Falls. It's
Oh,
called
yeah, I
Cosm.
know him.
You know a space Cosm? I feel like you would totally.
The chapel?
Yeah, Chapel of Sacred Mirrors.
Sheesh. Yeah, dude, I want to have a chapel. You know who else has a chapel that's fucking... What is this fire?
So fire. Who?
Rothko.
Okay.
Rothko has a chapel in Houston.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah.
Every time that prints, are you getting an order?
I'm just printing them out.
Okay.
I'm just like... Yeah, the Rothko prints.
Oh, wow.
So it's just like these really big pieces and new pieces.
I didn't even know about that. That's
yeah,
beautiful.
Dertbag Chapel 2030.
Hell yeah. No, you should totally go to Cosm.
Where is it?
Wappingering Falls. It's in the Hudson Valley, really not far.
Cool. It's not that far at all.
Yeah,
And it's open to the public?
Yeah, it's incredible. He's a real visionary with like the space that he's making and the whole community. I don't know what it's like now during COVID, but
Sick.
he has his paintings there. It's like a super clean, just his vibe. Like
Yeah, it's closed, but I'm gonna bookmark it for a different day.
yeah, it is close. Even if you just
Stay
go
home and stay well.
Yeah, they're like building this Etheon, I think it's called, and it's like this crazy architectural. Yeah,
That shit's fire.
yeah. And he's big on psychedelics, obviously.
You've been to the spot?
Yeah, I don't know if Etheon's complete yet. It's a work in progress. But I've been going to Cosm since like 2015.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a nut, bro.
They have
How do you even paint any of this shit?
They used to before COVID like have these like kind of underground DJs come through with like really psychedelic sounds, and you just like meet real people that are just like deep in the psychedelic community.
Tight.
But super cool.
Holy shit.
Yeah, his art's just mind blowing.
Super, super crazy. What the fuck?
I'm pretty sure it's like all mostly oil painting as well.
Nutty, bro. Thank you for putting me on.
Of course. Yeah, thanks for putting us to that other Rothko chapel.
The
That's
Rothko shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I really want to check it all out.
Have you been to Houston?
I've been to Austin. I haven't been to Houston.
What's the vibe like in Austin?
It's cool. I really like it. The vibe is like it's really dry during the day, and warm, and then it gets cold at night. A lot of freedom. Like Texas is like very free. It's like I feel like Texas and Florida are like not part of the U.S. Like Florida for sure is not part, but Texas is just like really good food, really Austin's open-minded people. The people I stayed with were super open-minded. Yeah, it's just like southern charm, southern hospitality type shit.
Are there any random places you'd love to do a pop-up?
Really want to check out Detroit. I don't know for a pop-up, but I really want to see what Detroit's about. I don't know. Again, all this COVID stuff and pop-ups, and not even on my mind.
I hear you.
But I think it would be cool to like, I don't even know. Yeah, no, I like chilling here. I have a space. I don't need to do a pop-up. People can pop up to me.
I like
see what's up. Say, hey man. Yeah.
So where do you want your farm to be in a perfect world?
I think somewhere in Connecticut.
Somewhere in Connecticut.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't like looked super deep. It's just me saying like I want a farm. But I think Connecticut would be cool. Be really cool. I feel like there is like a hemp farm already out in Connecticut. I don't know. I really want to see the logistics of it. Like, how much money do I need to save to like really open up a hemp farm? Bro, a hemp farm would be so fire.
That would just take you to a different level. I definitely see that for you though.
I see that shit too. Like by 40, just have mad hemp. I don't know. I like definitely a goal. Have a mid-century farm home.
Mid-century farm home. Fuck yeah.
Be super super sick.
On that note, like architecture, I could totally see you designing some sick shit.
Yeah, yo. I was in AT, like academically talented, when I was in 5th grade, and the main project for the school year was like design your own home, and there was like I really wanted to have like a circle part, and like no one else wanted to figure that shit out. Like the circle part would have been like a spiral staircase, and I had to figure out the math for that. And since like when you do architecture, it's all square basically, I had to like do mad math. I'm like 10 years old, not knowing shit, trying to figure out the radius and all that. But yeah, want to build a crib, for sure.
It's still a circle.
Nah, I would love to be able to use the like organic Like if there was like a really big rock or something, like building it on the rock or like incorporating the natural stuff around. Also like using materials from around the way, like the wood and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Try to have that kind of vibe.
Axel. Wait.
Yeah.
Do you have any rituals that you do?
Rituals. No. New day, every day. I mean, I'll wake up and spliff and coffee and water and kind of write out what I need to do and try to cross stuff off as the day goes.
So you keep lists.
Yeah. Yeah, I finally crossed off one full page today. It was really nice that I was able to do that. Yeah, writing is really important. Yeah, I crossed off all of it.
Do you ever get sick of the word dirtbag?
Nah. I used to like for all like tests and homework and everything, I would be writing dirtbag in cursive over and over again in the margins.
Just cause?
Just cause. Wanted to get really good at doing it.
Where did that word even how did it come into your life? And
I was hospitalized with Crohn's disease when I was like 11 or 12. And I really wanted to start a brand. I didn't know what name I wanted to do. And I kind of was like, oh, dirtbag. And God is such a dirtbag for giving me Crohn's. And then it's grown into its own meaning of like divine energy radiates through beauty and genius.
That connects with me so much.
It connects with me as well. And it's like something I can actually stand behind because like dirtbag before that, it was very trying to showcase what I saw Connecticut as. This harsh place, but using such pretty colors and the pastels and all that stuff. So I'm really happy I came up with that acronym because it's
so divine. It's like
perfect.
Way too perfect.
Yeah, it's really fucked. Yeah. So to answer your question, I don't get bored with the name dirtbag, not yet.
I can tell you really love the rhythm of writing that as well.
Yeah, just everything about it. It's a really good word. It's like really nice all lowercase. It's really nice all uppercase. Even doing like the DRT and BHE. Yeah, there's just mad different ways to go about it. Let's see if I can do this. This is like easy stuff I was trying to design.
What's going on here?
Where?
Oh, we got some face masks.
Yeah, like a face mask hood. Trying to figure that out.
Is that a toilet? No.
Where?
I was gonna say, what is that?
Karate belt bag.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, he was really into karate uniforms for a second, so I was like trying to play around with the belt and like how to work it out. And then this was for like the Gap stuff, trying to figure that out.
So you've been like a collaborator of Kanye's consistently over the years, it sounds like.
Not super consistent. I mean, I can't really say consistent, but I can say been there like every year since 2017, at least for a little bit.
It's pretty consistent.
It's chill. It's cool that it'll like call me up out of the blue. Yeah. This is like the main notebook that I have of like where I'll like sketch ideas.
How did the Braille thing come together for you?
Braille came to me from, there was a time in streetwear where everyone was doing like Arabic or Hebrew, and I wanted my own language, and I was like, oh, the Braille stuff is both design and function.
Sick. That butterfly thing you passed by super briefly was very beautiful.
Yeah, just like snaps.
It's just beautiful. Butterflies are so beautiful. What do you think your spirit animal is?
Snow leopard.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, snow leopard for sure.
You did draw me a snow leopard, I think, when I first met you. It was like a horse. Do you remember that?
Horse snow leopard.
Horse snow leopard.
Character.
Yeah, this is just very beautiful. I feel good looking at that. Yeah, yeah.
My little character.
I-
Little pony. My little pony. This one was fire. The fish.
That
version.
is so sick. Yeah. Tight.
Yeah, it was like the first 2018 ideas.
Wow.
Yeah, girl shit.
I love the girl biker shorts.
Yeah. Yeah, yo. I need to do like a 2021 idea now.
Yeah.
About that time. But, yeah, like Pantone colors and stuff. But yeah, like, I don't know. Me just being stoked on this colors and being like, bro, this is my palette for next year. Blah, 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 blah.
When I like sand.
So this is the, that blue mock neck color.
Your jacket, right?
No, the horse one. These two are for the horse colors.
Okay.
Or maybe it was these two. No, it was the smoke. Smoke and mist. This was a sand that I used for a sweatsuit. But, I don't know. These are all grays. These are different kinds of grays. I've been like really into gray and sand in terms of like clothing colors. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you a fan of pop art?
For sure.
Yeah.
Popular art. I love this popular art.
It's funny because, like, in my head, you know, when you're growing up thinking of fashion, you think of, like, you know, a designer, they have these really high-end sketches and, like...
Fuck all that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you're show the camera what these sketches look like. Yeah. They are just, like, some elementary level... No offense or anything. Like,
No,
they're not.
they're cool.
But they're really just, like, anyone can do that.
For sure.
I don't mean that, but...
No, it's cool. It was funny when I was showing these sketches to like the people that went to like Central St. Martin's and like all that. They're like, "Oh, you have such a cute little sketch style." I was like, "Yeah."
It's just like...
Yeah, buddy.
I love people like you who are just like, yeah, this is what I'm sketching and I'm doing it. And then there's like these elitists who are just like, yeah. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Nah. I like my little sketches. They bring me peace and joy and.
I like it too. Like, I don't know.
It gives me clarity.
Especially when you put them on the shirt as the graphic.
Yeah, like this is an idea. So it's like the Braille button down that I'm doing, and then we're coming out with another like knit sweater, and then the vest that was in the video, and then you put the jacket over it, so you have all these different layers, and then you have like pocket, when it comes down to it. That's the kind of stuff I have to draw, so like make it so it can make sense in my brain.
When it comes to like dealing with like the actual handing off, okay, here's the idea, like dealing with the manufacturers that.
So I have a production team of these two dudes who I work with, and they make this stuff in LA. So like I talk to them basically like every day or like during the week. I like have like 2 phone calls. Kind of just try to like figure out what are the next steps with everything. Like right now I'm like getting a bodysuit sampled and they needed a graphic for embroidery and then making a vest and making hoodies with them as well. So trying to just like keep pace.
Have you been with them for a while, or it took you a while to find a good production team?
Been with them for like 2 years and growing, and they finally have taken it full time because they were like working jobs in the beginning, and then they or like they quit their jobs and did it full time.
So they're just producing for you?
No, they produce for a couple other brands, but they don't take on new clients. Like it's more about if the client has like worked with them, or if they want to work with them.
So are they like, it's these two dudes like sewing?
No. It's these two dudes that will go to, they have connections with like pattern makers and sample makers,
Okay.
and then actual contract sewing places and like dye houses and all that. Because they're both from fashion, like they're both in the fashion business, and then they wanted to do something for themselves, so they thought production management. So they've been helping me. So like I have like the silhouettes, I have the samples, the patterns, the references, whatever. I'll ship it to them. I'll tell them what kind of fabric, what kind of trim, all that stuff that I want. They'll order that, and then we get a pattern, we get it sampled, they ship it here, I make my notes, I ship it back, figure out production, pricing, all that stuff, figure out the dye house, how does that work, all that. If I want a pigment dye, if I want a reactive dye, what's the pricing difference, and then do size breaks.
So before you had a production manager?
Yeah, it was just me.
Was that like so frustrating or time consuming or?
Yeah, it was both. Yeah, really fortunate to have these two dudes kind of taking what I don't like doing to do, and they're doing a really good job.
Yeah.
I'm just like happy and trying to just build this relationship with them and like keep it consistent, and eventually like have everything custom and like made in LA, and that's the goal. So it's like this past year has been building the foundation for that. Excuse me.
You're fine. Yeah, that's probably like definitely having a weight off your shoulders.
100%, because it's just I can just design, and again it's like curation in terms of like the fabric and how I want people to dress and all that stuff. But then it's also like, okay, now I have this body. Like I can continue, I can go back to it and use it again and again and again when it goes to like reproduction. So it's like, it's the same thing, but I could tweak the color, I can make it a graphic, I can, you know.
And then kind of random, but I see you use like the same models. Just for, I don't know, any like words on that? Like is that you just love working with the same people? You love the way they look in your clothes, or?
Yeah, all of it. Isaiah Zay, as of recent, he's been the model, or the person I've been using the model as of late, and he's an actual like supporter. Like he comes in and buys the stuff and wears the stuff out and looks good in it. And I'd rather highlight a person who actually wears the stuff versus someone that just looks good. You know, and it's cool that like there's a bunch of art, like SZA slid in my DM asking for some clothing, which was really cool. Gus Dapperton, he just bought some stuff yesterday. And then I just have like a couple models that are just like, hey, like I love your stuff, like I don't want, you don't have to pay my day rate or anything, just like I fuck with you, like if you ever need anything, just let me know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's beautiful, to say the least. It's just like another extension of like, I'm on the right path. Like the right people are fucking with me. I don't have to pay certain people to fuck with me. They want to be down. They can see it. They can feel it, you know. And it's cool that people are aware that I'm just like on my bully right now.
Yeah.
I'm like really consistent, really just doing my shit. Trying to make people happy, have like something to look forward to, really.
You handle your own social media? Yeah. Has that been like weird figuring out how to do that? Like how to, yeah.
Always, bro. It's always so weird. But I'm just at the point now where it's like I'd rather just let people know that something new is released and like let that be.
Okay.
And like if you know, you know. If you don't, whatever. I don't know. It's like, it's weird. Instagram is definitely like not what it used to be.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it's really weird now.
It's
like all of it's really weird.
Yeah.
In terms of just like the algorithm and like what's being shown and what's not being shown.
It's like they want, yeah, it's so weird. I don't even know what to say about it. It's just like, what the fuck is Instagram on? But I'm also just addicted, and I
Sure.
hate saying that.
No, definitely addicted. Trying to just reprogram and repattern every day. Try to do something new each day. Like I woke up at like 7 or something today, and I normally don't do orders in the morning, and I did all the orders that I had to do this morning, and went back to bed, and I don't know, just trying to do something new so that every day feels a little different. Shit crazy. Shit crazy.
You're just like, yeah, just a regular dude.
Super regular. I just have my mind's just racing all the time with ideas and like trying to express myself. Like I can always make shit whenever.
Yeah, you're just in a great spot for where you're at.
Yeah, really blessed, to say the least. But it's also all the work that I've put in has led me to this moment where I can like be chill. Like all the stress I've had to go through and all of that has led me to this moment of peace where I'm not at dis-ease. You know, I don't have a disease because I'm not at dis-ease.
What like when you say stress, like, what do you mean? Like, what kind of stress did you have to go through?
Oh, like I hired a whole team last year and then realized that I don't need a team, I just need myself. That was stressful, paying people. Those people turning back on me. And then, you know, just like egos and stuff, having to deal with people's egos. But again, it just comes back to like, I'm really happy doing with what I'm doing and like not dealing with anyone else and like being a recluse, but also not, like people know where I'm at and they can pull up, say what up. But happy with just like, yeah, I'm happy with this studio shop business and people coming in and wanting to buy stuff. It's like super simple, easy life. But in terms of like all the stuff I've had to go through, like just dropping clothing and, you know, doing all this stuff by myself, like figuring it out by myself. No one was telling me shit. You know, like figure out this retail thing by myself, figure out this online thing by myself. What do people like? What do people don't like?
Your website's very simple and easy to navigate.
For sure, thanks.
And like, just, yeah, like sometimes I want a little more on it. Like you go on there and I'm like,
yeah, I know.
Put more content on here.
I know.
Like your music, more.
I know.
Yeah.
All that. I'm trying to. So I have this kid Marcus who's helping out now, like twice a week, and I'm trying to have him be more of a content dude. But yeah, like it's nice to hear that. I want to start doing like little music videos, like shit like that, just so people have more of the brand or more of me.
Even like, but you know, I don't mean to contradict myself because I want more, but I like the simplicity of it. But even like the info, like about you, you know, like it's just a few sentences.
I know.
You know, it's so.
The mystery.
Yeah.
The mystery.
And I'm like, what? Put more, like, you know. Some people with the egos, they'd be like, I worked with Ye, or I did this.
That's the thing is like, I don't like, I'd rather have this stuff, I'd rather have someone tell you who the fuck I am and like have them mess it up. So when you meet me, you're like way more surprised. But I love having the art and the clothing speak for itself. I never really want to like, press anyone or like, ego or, you know, make it push anything onto anybody. I think that's so gross to me.
I agree with you.
So yeah, it's like the fine line between simple and basic. Like is the is the shop basic or is it simple?
It's not basic. I would never use that word.
So it's simple. So it's like, is it as simple as it can be, or is there like, I guess it's like, yeah, I should have the paintings up there. I should have the music up there. All of them.
Even just like.
But also just like, I want to like just have detailed shots of this shop on the site as well. And that's like something I like told Marcus to do yesterday is like, just take photos, whatever you think is interesting in here.
Even like scans from your notebook.
That would be cool.
That would be so cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still pretty young.
That's the thing too. Like you're the youngest old man I know.
Same here, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not the only person to think that. It's like, yeah, that's like what I have trouble with too, is like dating. Is like, I date girls who aren't at the level where I'm at.
You need a bad bitch.
I just need an independent shorty.
Yeah.
Shorty that doesn't have a schedule or like, you know.
On the same vibe.
Yeah, same vibe, getting her own money. I was like really taking care of a lot of people last year and really fucked me up.
On your daddy vibe.
Bro, you don't even know. Yeah, I forgot we're recording. That's why I go into some personal shit. Yeah, she was crazy, bro. But
yeah. Also, with this video, like, if there's anything you want me to take out, or don't even have to post this if you don't like where it went.
no, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm straight. I'm cool with myself, so cool with what I said.
Yeah, I could stop recording. Peace out, y'all. Caught that dirtbag.
Peace.